Hi! Before I continue on with the rest of this video, I just wanted to say that I want to start making videos beyond just my main projects or just make more videos in general or videos at all. But that doesn't mean I don't want you to look at my main projects. I would gladly appreciate it if you would check out Something in a Fire because I'm totally not turning that into a series. Wink wink. From the title of this video, you can already tell what I'm doing, but I'll explain anyways. I'm going to design 3 characters based on different things within one topic, this video's topic being plants, so each character is going to be given a different plant, and at the end I'm going to make a full drawing of all of them and try and make some story. Okay, I'm just going to jump straight in. For this first one, I am making a design of the flower Coleus caninus, or, by the way, I don't know if I pronounced that right, but it's more commonly referred to as dogbane or scaredy cat plant due to people using it as a cat and dog repellent. Apparently it's also used as an animal repellent in general, but either way, I didn't really use that for the design as much. I'm more so going to end up using that for the character's backstory, at least the main idea of it, but you can see how I ended up going with this like worm snake design, and I almost went with like a clown design because of the little yellow balls, but then I eventually decided, no. Another thing I decided not to do was this whole plan of doing like an abstract kind of design in the final drawing of it. So I decided against it to do a background, but even as I was doing it, I really did not like this background. I was not happy with it. I tried shading and being like, oh, maybe it'll look better now, but that was not the case. I even put my signature there being like, oh, I'm just gonna give up, but then I was realizing, wait, what if I just put it in weather that I enjoy more? So I just put it in snow, and I was like, yeah, I like that more. I think the fog also helps because I don't know what it is, but I feel like whenever you have like a somewhat foggy background, it just makes it look like 10 times nicer, at least to me. Now, moving on, next one is based off of the Cardiospermum halosacabum. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly. That's a Latin name, but it's usually just called the balloon vine or balloon vine. And this one, I don't know what caught my eye about it. I just think it's really cute, and once I saw the seeds inside, I really wanted to make those eyes, but I didn't know how I was gonna do that realistically. So then I just made it. You know what? What if it was like glowing? And I did that. I also gave this character like cat and slash dog features, kind of combat the previous uh character I made, because, well, they're used as cat and dog repellents, and what if the previous one is used as like a guard dog of sorts? I totally did not forget to mention that in the previous section. But anyways, for this one, I don't know, I just imagined being like a tiny little guy just chilling out. I don't know why I made him that small, but you know what? It's fine. For the third and final character design, I'm basing it off on the Convolvulus arvinus. I still don't know how to pronounce these Latin names, but regardless, it's based off the Morning Glories. I love Morning Glories. I know that they're like ivy and they strangle everything, especially if you have a garden. They're not good, but I don't know, I've just always really liked them ever since I found out about them. I almost went with like a worm slash snake design again, but I really like the idea of making the face out of flowers. And originally I was gonna have the character actually just be like a setting almost, but then I tried the whole like the whole ivy parts being um like making up the body, and I really liked that. I really liked how that turned out. I thought that was just gonna be like, oh, just a side doodle concept that I'm not gonna use, but no, I started testing out different color palettes, and I really wanted to do like the it being a colorful flower, but eventually I just figured that white looked better. So here I am moving on to the drawing for them. I was actually really happy to draw more detail and go back to my normal style because for the other two character designs, I was not doing that. I was going a lot more simpler to an art style that I used to use a lot more, but I'm really happy that I went more detail here, although the line art was kind of tedious and I was in pain, but it was still really fun and I really enjoyed it. There isn't much more to say for this part, admittedly, but it was really fun working on it. Honestly, I'm just gonna admit it. I think the coloring took me way too long. Like, it was also very tedious because a part of me wished that I had just done it line artless so I could just, you know, uh, not have to worry about filling in all the details and staying in the lines and stuff, but nope, I put this on myself. Well, at least it won't last for much longer now. For the background, I didn't struggle like the other ones. I immediately knew I was gonna go for fog again, but more prominent this time. I just I feel like it goes to the whole Wildwood vibe this character gives, which if you haven't read it, by Colin Meloy, you really should. But yeah, overall, this definitely has to be my favorite character that I've made out of the three. And yeah. And finally, this is the last drawing where it combines everyone, or it just puts everyone into one drawing to somehow correlate them and put them in a scene together. Now, I was mainly just going off of the only thing I had really established, which was having Dogbane be used as some sort of guard dog towards cats and dogs and stuff, and therefore being some sort of enemy to Balloonvine, which I think I'm just gonna refer to as BV right now. Um, and for a second I thought, oh, it's just gonna be two of them being enemies, but then I was like, how am I gonna bring the Morning Glory one into this? So I thought of it, and I feel like with the personalities I've already set up, maybe it's like some sort of story where BB and Dogbane are like, they have to put aside their differences and like their backgrounds and how they're usually used against each other, and they have to team up to stop this Morning Glory creature being thing. But just as they do that, Puppeteer forcefully pulled away and literally puppeteered to attack BV from this, but I was also really happy with the rendering I did. It's not like crazy or anything, but just compared to everything else I did with the previous drawings, I was happy with this one. Uh, it was kind of tedious doing the all the ivy again, but this time I think it was better probably. I actually don't know why. I think it was just because I was getting used to it and because I wasn't caring as much about the liner anymore because there was none. So that's probably why. I also really like how um I made the actual flowers look. How I made them like more glowing and actually affect the ivy more. So that was cool. Um Here I am just adding some more glowy stuff because shiny and why not? For this time I wasn't struggling with the background either, although it does look a little weird to me in my opinion. I'm not super crazy about it, but I do like the detail I put into the trees here more compared to the previous drawing, so that's also a thing. But yeah, overall I'm really happy with this and the drawings I've made So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you for watching.